the overall goal, like I want to go to nationals again, but I want to go with the whole team. So that's a big goal, and that's like obviously everyone's goal, and we work really hard for it. So I definitely think we have like what it takes, but it's not over yet.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. I am your host, Bridget Sloan, and this is a podcast where you are going to be hearing from the amazing guests that I have lined up for you, whether that is an athlete, a coach, a fellow ESPN analyst, or really anybody who wants to come on here and share their story. That could be anything from the success, failures, and everything in between. And today's guest, I am so excited. She is a sophomore at the University of Arkansas. Please give it up for Miss Lauren Williams. Hello, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining, and welcome to the Flipping Out podcast.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you. I know I am thrilled. I cannot wait to dive in to just get to know you better as a human and as a student athlete. I know that is so important to you at the University of Arkansas. But before we get into any of that, you are known as the Hometown Hog.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. What does that mean to you? I mean, that is... Tell me all about it.
So that's probably one of the most common questions that I get is how does it feel being from Arkansas? But some people don't know, but there's not a lot of big gymnastics in the state of Arkansas. So it is a big deal to not only be from Arkansas, but to go to Arkansas for gymnastics. And I think that if I'm correct, there's only one other person that's ever done that who's been from the state of Arkansas and went to Arkansas. So it's a really cool opportunity, one, to say that, and two, just to like be around the fans, and Hog fans are like no other. And so like growing up a Hog fan and now like getting to like be supported by Hog fans is really cool. And also being so close to the girls at home that I trained with and grew up competing with, and letting them know like that your dreams can come true, and showing them what it's like to be a college athlete. And it's really cool. Like you don't really realize how much they look up to you until you're put in a position like mine to really fulfill that like role model for them. So it's really cool to like be that hometown hog, and like everyone, they love that I'm from Arkansas and they can be like, that's our hometown hog. So it is really cool and a great opportunity.
That's amazing. So you're actually the program's first in-state recruit in over 10 years.
Yes.
That's a really big deal.
It is.
And it's something I'm from Indiana. I think there might be one program in Indiana, Ball State, I'm pretty sure, which sorry if there's another program in Indiana, but I think it's only Ball State. So that just means so much. You must love Arkansas.
Yes, I love it. Die hard Arkansas fan since I could remember.
So you're from Rogers, Arkansas, which I'm not good with geography, but I do believe that is very close to Fayetteville, correct?
Yes, it's like a 22-minute drive for me from point A to point B.
Oh my gosh. So you grew up did you grow up an Arkansas fan?
Yes, I did. We went to all the football, all the gymnastics meets, all the stuff. We did it all.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You always think of when you go to college, it's like, I mean, I know for me, I was like, I'm going as far away as possible. Goodbye to my hometown. Still love my hometown, but that is so special. And I hope you're aware that you're paving the way for other little girls and other athletes in Arkansas to pursue that dream of staying close to home, because it's so rare.
It is. And I'll be honest, like when I wanted to go to college, I thought I wanted to get out and go too. But now that I'm here, like you realize how much of a blessing it is that I really am close to home, and I can have those home cooked meals and like the things you don't really think about that maybe my roommates or my teammates won't be able to do.
Don't take that for granted. That's all I'm going to say. That is so special.
Yeah.
So do you go home a lot? Or is it just kind of when it works with the schedule?
When it works, definitely when we're in season. I see them a lot on the weekends when we're traveling and when we're home. So I don't go home as much during season, but definitely preseason and summer, I'm probably home once or twice a week, depending on my schedule. Like for dinner or to go spend the day at home if I just need to get out of there. But yeah, it just kind of depends.
Oh, that's so special. Man, that's really cool. So I'm guessing you're very close with your family. And do they travel to all the away meets?
They travel to some, the ones that they can either drive or have time to fly to because they both work. So they're both fairly busy, but they try to go as many as they can.
Oh, that's amazing. Good for you for, you know what? My mom and dad probably wished I came home more. So I'm sure your family appreciates you coming home. That is such a special bond. And to be able to have a home cooked meal while you're in college.
Oh my,
Hello.
yeah, it's incredible.
Holy moly. I mean, not a hit on Gator dining when I was there, but a home cooked meal probably would have been nice every now and then.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, you made quite the impact as a freshman. I know that you're a sophomore now, but before we get into that, you qualified to the NCAA championships as an individual. Talk to me about that experience. What was it like? I mean, that had to be just a whirlwind of emotions for you.
It really was. I honestly I didn't really know that there was a possibility that I could have even qualified to nationals. Because I know that they had talked about a few of our teammates, they had a chance and I had no idea. And I received the call from Jordan. I don't remember what day it was. It might have been like a Saturday. She was like, "You're going to nationals." And I was like, "You're kidding. What?" I was like, "No way." And she was like, "Yep, you're going for vault as an individual." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say." Like, I just like sat there and she was like, "Are you excited?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I was really shocked at first and really excited. And, that took those next, I don't know, it was a week or two of training and just kept doing normal stuff and making sure to dial in on all the little details. But, going to actual nationals was definitely a little bit nerve wracking as a freshman and not having your whole team along your side. It's a little different, but it's also a really good opportunity. And it was nice to have Nora by my side because she has been there. She has a lot of experience and she kind of knew what it was all about. So it was nice to like have her to pep talk and we roomed together. So we were talking all about it. I was like, what do I have to do? And so, yeah, it was definitely quite the experience, an experience that like everyone dreams of. And, I wouldn't trade it for anything, but yeah, it was definitely nerve wracking, but it was a really cool experience. And to see all the other teams, out there competing and like the level of gymnastics and how good and how high the quality was also really cool and inspiring to like use that and take it back to the team so I can share that information and we can keep working and grinding. And hopefully this year, that's where we'll end up.
That is amazing. I remember seeing you because I happen to be very close with your coaches. They're pretty great people. So whenever I see them, I always like walk over and I'm like, "Hey guys, let's hang out." But what a cool experience for you as a friend. I mean, those are experiences that you can't teach those. You have to live through them.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to gain that as a freshman, what were you able to take? And I know you hit on it a little bit just now, but what were you able to take from not even that specific experience at NCAA's, but even just last season and apply it to this season as a sophomore?
Well, I think one thing that we're doing really well this year, and we did last year too a little, but we're having a lot of fun and our team culture is really good this year. And I think that's a really important key to have. If you're close as a team, then you're going to do good gymnastics too. But, I think just last year we did a really good job in training and sometimes we would compete and not always get the results we wanted. And so this year, like being sure that we're dialing in on those cues and using that training and what we do in training and reflect that in our gymnastics when we're competing. And we do see a lot of that this year because we're doing a lot more of what we call our normal. And so that's a good like improvement that we made from last year to this year, which is also like reflecting in our scores.
Well, speaking of scores, Miss Thing, you have gotten a couple 995s on floor. And I don't know if you know this, but I like to manifest. And I'm not going to say that I manifested Audrey Davis getting a 10 on bars, but we did talk about it because I was like, Audrey, we're going to manifest this. So I'm pulling you into my pool of manifestations. I'm throwing you in and we are going to manifest because you deserve it. You are one of the most electric floor performers. I think you've got a couple on your team, actually. Frankie is right up there with you. I mean, the two of you are just, in my opinion, you're kind of like the dynamic duo of Arkansas on floor. And it's so fun to watch you. And you just like, you captivate everybody. And it's like when you're on floor, everybody has to like turn and watch because that is just what you pull people in. So I want to talk about floor just for a quick second. Did you, couple questions. Did you choose your floor music yourself?
No, I did not.
Okay. I didn't. Okay. Who helped you?
Jordan and Kyla. So
Okay.
they kind of, I didn't pick it out last year either. They kind of last year they mixed some stuff up and they did the same this year. And Jordan was like, I have something, I found it. This is what we came up with. And then they played it and Kyla was telling me the vision that she had. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
I love that. I think it's so funny to hear people. I know athletes that get so invested and like picking out music, and I love that for them. I think that's so amazing. I was not one of those people. That was my least favorite. I think that was my least favorite part was picking floor music. I was like, just pick something for me. Like, you know me. Like, I don't need to do it. You know me. You pick something, and it just works out better that way, in my opinion.
I just feel, even in JO, I had such a hard time like picking out my music. And so it was nice when I came to college and Jordan's like, I already have your music picked out. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, Jordan, great work, coach.
Exactly.
Gosh, that's great. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you have a very specific movement in your floor routine. The worm clearly is a massive crowd pleaser, but I feel like every athlete kind of has like that signature. I don't want to say like signature move, but it kind of is, or like signature pose, but like the worm.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's kind of different. I don't honestly like, there's not really anywhere that it came from. We were just freshman year. We were just playing around when she was coming up with my routine and she didn't know what to do. And I was sitting there and I just like started doing the worm. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, we need to put it in. And I was like, you're being serious? And she was like, yeah, we're going to put it in. I'm like, okay, we're going to put it in. And then it just like kind of turned into this like crowd pleasing, like everyone loved it freshman year. And so then when KB did my routine this year, I was like, wait, that's the one thing, like if we don't keep anything, like that is the one thing that we need to keep for like the rest of the years that I'm here now, because everyone that I know, like example, the little girls back home, they're like, we love the worm, like the worm. We want to learn how to do it. I just feel like it's so like unique and just fun because I feel like my floor routine expresses like my personality very well. But I also think like the worm does even more because like it's like funny and goofy and different. And I just like that because it does kind of relate to like how I want to like perceive myself to the crowd too, you know? So it's definitely different.
But in the best way. That's what I love about college gymnastics in general, especially floor. It literally is every athlete's opportunity to let their personality shine, to let them let loose. So I have to ask, when you are when you're competing floor, do you flip a switch and you're like, all right, it's like an alter ego type situation?
Yes. Like
I love it.
it just like happens, like it just comes. Because I tell you, like in JO, even freshman year, my routine was fun, but I was still very like unsure of like performing it and stuff. But even JO, like I loved floor, but I did not like performing floor. And so really freshman year, I like came out of that shell and how fun it is. And I loved like when we're at home in the student section, I'm flirting with them and they're like so uncomfortable. But like you said earlier, like I want the routine, like I want the floor routine where everyone has to turn and watch. Like I want them to be like Arkansas is on floor, like Lauren is about to go. And obviously Frankie's routine is just like that too. And I just love that about it. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I love that you just said like flirting with the crowd because I was going to say, like, are you aware you're like giving a little flirtatious vibes?
Yeah, I like to like, whether if you call it flirting or engaging with the crowd, I love it. And I think the best part is like when it's more so home, but I try to when we're away too, to flirt and engage with the crowd as much as I can. Just because some people like do have a reaction and I love when they're like, one, engaged, and two, if they have a reaction, then you know that they're like really paying attention and it makes them more invested in like your gymnastics and your performance too.
If you can get an away crowd engaged with your floor routine, you're doing it right. That is the hardest thing, as you know.
Yes.
Your home crowd, you feed off that energy. It's a vibe and it's an electricity that you can't even like express or explain because it's just like it literally just makes me do this like
Yeah.
ooh. But if you can do that to an away crowd,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's like a whole nother level of performance. And whether you think you're there or not, I'm going to tell you, you are there. I've seen it. So that is something that you will just carry over. And I love that you mentioned it a little earlier about your freshman year. You weren't quite the performer that you are today.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit about kind of what it feels like now versus what it felt like as a freshman. Because I think a lot of gymnasts go through that, and it is very normal. It's a transition,
Yeah.
especially going from JO to college. It's a totally new animal. You're entering this new realm essentially of competing. So talk to me a little bit about kind of what that transition has been like for you, and especially going from last year to this year.
Well, definitely the transition from JO to college was probably the biggest transition, and just like getting out of my shell on floor and kind of everything, just kind of figuring things out. And obviously I slowly did, but I think that like the transition from last year to this year was just like the numbers and having everything under my belt that I competed and I proved that like I can score 995, because last year 995 was like a big deal, but this year, like, it's like my normal is what we call it. But you just have to like go out there. And when I'm out there competing, it's just like autopilot, honestly. Like, I just go out there and literally as soon as my music starts, like, the nerves are gone. I'm ready to perform and I'm ready to tumble big and it all just happens, you know? And last year was a little bit more of like, all right, I'm about to do my tumbling pass, like unsure of like what crowd, like how am I going to engage with them? Like I have to flirt here, but I don't, you know, so like knowing like what you need and like how to perform it is definitely like that flip and that switch. But I like how much I have evolved over the year of through my floor and like personality. So
I think the rest of the University of Arkansas fan base also loves it. I know I love it. And I think it's such a cool, now that I'm kind of on the other side of the gymnastics world, it's so fun to watch it because I lived it. I went through, every athlete goes through that transition period, and then you're learning how to compete in college, and then once you figure it out, you're like, this is the best thing ever.
yeah, it feels so good and it's easy. I mean, it's not easy, but it's just like, you
You
know,
make it look easy, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do.
yeah, but like it's not like anything that it's not overpowering anything. Like you're not having to overthink anything or try hard or, you know, it just like comes. And I love that.
Well, so we've been talking a lot about you as an athlete, but I want to talk about you as a student athlete and what you love most about being a student athlete at the University of Arkansas.
Well, I'm a communications major, so I'll be honest, I really don't know exactly what I want to do outside of college, but we'll figure it out. This isn't really school related, but something that I love is, obviously you can tell bright pink, but just like fashion in general, I love like buying clothes and shoes and like cause the girls always say like you always express like your personality through like what you wear. And I always like have the craziest things on. So that's like something that is a potential outside of college. But as a student, like I just like being like going to class and like how the teachers engage and just like the students. And even though I am an athlete, like they're still like talking about gymnastics. They're like, "Hey, you're the girl that does the worm." I'm like, "Yeah." But I think something that's really cool that we have is the Jones Center. Our Student Athlete Center is a great resource for not only food, but also tutoring. And we have our academic advisor and we have our student athlete development that help us with like anything, volunteer. So I love that. It's really cool. It's like one big family and we're friends with everyone and you get to see all the other athletes around there and it's really helpful and a good environment. So yeah.
Well, you can put an outfit together for me anytime you want. I'm not good at that in any way, shape, or form. I'm like, my goal in life is to essentially have a stylist that just like does everything for
Oh
me
my God.
because
Yeah.
that would make my life so much easier. Well, let me tell you, communications is a great major. Same, same. It's a very good major. And you also do not have to have it figured out. I think that is like the biggest myth. And like, I remember I was in the business school and then the business school was really freaking hard. And I was like, I don't think the business school is for me here. And then I switched and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're switching majors. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like, is that not supposed to happen? And it's just, I think that's the best part about college is finding out what gives you joy. What are you passionate about? And it's so funny to me how I thought I was going to be like in business management. And I was like, oh, I'm going to work for a sports team and be a bit. That could not have been farther from the truth. Not even remotely close to what I'm doing now. I'm in sales. I work for ESPN on the side. Like, I'm like, oh, that business management, how'd that go for you? Oh, it
Not
didn't.
great.
Not great. Exactly. Seriously. So I think it is very, very okay and also important that you're kind of dipping your toes into the maybes of what you might like to do. And I think it's really cool that you're being able to experience all the things at Arkansas. It sounds like they have an amazing support program for the student athletes, which is so important because as a student athlete, you have a full-time job.
You,
It is.
yeah.
It is a full-time. And what's crazy is I think it's even harder now because, I mean, back in my day, we didn't have NIL. So we didn't have all that kind of like that added
Mm-hmm.
work because
Mm-hmm.
it is work. I mean, at the end of the day, it's work. And I feel like it is preparing you for kind of the outside world in a way that maybe I wasn't prepared for because I feel like I graduated and I was like, oh, the real world. Very scary. There's not going to be someone that tells me when I need to be somewhere and what time. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I give you mad kudos to being able to figure that out. And I think you should totally pursue fashion if that's what you want to do. I
I'm
fully support
thinking
that.
so.
I think that's amazing. Oh my gosh. So would you want to move to New York?
That
Would
would
you
be
do it?
like the ultimate goal, like to dress someone on the red carpet or something. That would be pretty cool.
Well, I mean, this podcast isn't that big yet, but you never know where this podcast will go.
You're right.
So who knows? Maybe somewhere out there listening, Keep Lauren Williams in your back pocket that if you're in the fashion industry. Because, hey, you know what? I hope you're networking because, girl, you never know who you're going to meet. It is the craziest world out there.
Yep. That's what Jordan always tells us, like when we're traveling and when we're out, she's like, you never know. You might meet your next boss like on the road, or you never know. And it's so true. It's so true.
Oh my gosh. Yes. There are not a lot of true statements. I think that everybody can be like, oh, yeah, that's true. That is the one that I think as a community, as a whole, we can all say, oh, yeah, you never know.
No.
Okay. So you and your Razorback team set a program record of a 197.65 on the road. What did that feel like? I know that you guys have done so great kind of building this entire year so far, this entire season. It seems like you guys are just climbing to get higher and higher. But talk to me about what the meet was like over the weekend. And then again, getting that huge new program record.
Yeah, well, we definitely have been setting records on the road this year, but I think honestly what we've been figuring out, I kind of said it a little bit earlier, but just having fun. Like if we go out there and just be ourselves and have fun, then we're more likely to do better and do our normal gymnastics, because we were finding that the meets that we weren't doing so good or we weren't getting the scores we were wanting, we were going out there more tense and like just not like together, I guess you could say. And so definitely like this past meet, like we did not focus on the other team. We're really good at staying in our bubble and staying as one team. And we did just that. And we just went out there and trusted each other and had a lot of fun and just did our normal gymnastics. And we talk a lot about like what we do in practice is how we should compete. And we have been doing that lately. It just feels like practice is just another practice, another routine. And I think we kind of have that under our belt right now, and just that confidence that we need to keep doing that.
Did Jordan have the power pony in?
I can't remember if she did or not. I don't think she had her hair up this weekend.
Oh, I feel like anytime you guys set records, I'm always like, Jordan, it's because you're power pony. You're rocking the power pony.
Maybe she did, because she was talking about how her slick took her like 6 tries or something this time. Yeah.
I bet it was. It was the power pony. It's all in the hair, ladies and gentlemen. When the hair looks good, everything else feels good. Starts from the coach all the way down to the athletes. You heard it here first.
You're right.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, I love that. So we're going to kind of shift gears here just a little bit, because I know you guys do as a team, you give back in a lot of ways to the community of Fayetteville and to the university itself. So talk to me a little bit about the Give Back initiative for this season.
So the Give Back is something we do, and we chose 3 different organizations for like each month of the season. And the first month we did Arkansas Children's Hospital, and we just used that in our platforms to help raise money towards the children in the hospital, and just to allow us like, and we also do it, we compete. And so if we did, I think earlier in the season, I don't remember what our number was, but we scored something on beam. And I think the whole beam team, or the team, I can't remember what we decided on, all like donated that amount of money. It was like 49.3. And then we just ask like the fans or our donors to match that and to donate that. And then this month we're doing, or not this month anymore, last month, February, we did lifestyles, and they take in kids who are maybe disabled or less fortunate and need that extra help. And they teach them how to like live a life. Like if they need to learn how to go to the grocery store on their own, then they'll have someone that can take them to the grocery store and learn how to go grocery shopping on their own when maybe they don't have someone to teach them like that in school. So little things like that. And it's a great program for them to like meet other people, or if they want to go to class and learn how to like be in the university and go to college. It's a really cool, organization. And I actually don't know what we're doing for this month. We haven't talked about it yet, but they're supposed to come in and talk to us. So I'm sure we'll find out more about it, because each month they have like the the people come in and talk to us about like what we're doing so we can learn about like what we're donating to and what we're supporting. So it is really cool. And to see those kids too that come in. They had a kid come in with him last month from Lifestyles, and he was so excited he was decked out in Arkansas, head to toe, his shoes, his socks, everything. And he comes to our meets and he loves it. And he was just thrilled that we were supporting him, and it means the world to them. And we just love that we can do that because we are able to do that.
Oh, that is so I want to make sure I know. You pick a different organization every month.
Yes.
To kind of promote, enhance, whatever you want to call it. But every single month you pick something different.
Yes, as a team.
Oh, that is really special and something that I don't know if you and your teammates are aware, but that's really unique in a very cool way that you are not just choosing one, you're choosing 3 different ones. So it sounds like March will be something new. I'm sure you'll get all the details soon.
Hopefully.
I'm sure you will. Well, that is really, really special. And I am sure that the entire, again, community appreciates what you and your team do. And speaking of you and your team, talk to me a little bit about the goals that you as an individual have for yourself. I know that I can't believe we're already into March.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
It is insane, but we are already into March, which means we're pretty much in the second half. If not, I mean, we are almost done with regular season. But what has been one of your goals this year, and then the same for your team moving?
Well, this year I wanted to, through regular season and just season in general, I just wanted to be more consistent. I wanted to be a more consistent teammate because last year I was consistent, but like I wasn't like super like on the dot consistent. And so I wanted to learn from last year and bring that this year more on vault and floor. But another goal this year was to be in the beam lineup, which I have been a few times, and just throughout the season to like gain that confidence on beam, because like I do need to build that confidence on beam. But that's been like a little goal that we work at each week too. But the overall goal, like I want to go to nationals again, but I want to go with the whole team. So that's a big goal, and that's like obviously everyone's goal, and we work really hard for it. So I definitely think we have like what it takes, but it's not over yet. And I also didn't really realize, but my dad texted me the other day and he was like, "You're tied." I don't remember what I was tied for, but I was tied for something on floor in like the regular season. So like that's kind of a goal I made myself, to be like the top 8 in regular season for the All-American spot. Cause I didn't know that I was like that close to like being in it. So I'm going to keep trucking away at the floor and hopefully I can keep that. But that's really all the goals this year.
That's amazing. Isn't it funny when your like mom or dad or anybody in your family will text you about something that you probably should know, but you don't. And you're like, oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
I just didn't even know that was, he was like, "By the way, you and Frankie are tied for floor with the regular season." I don't even know what we were tied. Maybe we were tied like 8th or something. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even know. He was like, "Yeah, keep up the work, kid." I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so special. Oh, that is so sweet. See, my parents did not pay attention to really anything. If any of them would have texted me and said something about like, "Oh, you're in the running for," I would have been like, "Did you read the right name? Are we in the right year?" I would have been like, "I'm not believing anything you're saying." But I love that. And I think, I mean, you are performing at a level, I think as a gymnastics community, we all knew was possible, but it's so cool to watch you every single weekend on any event you compete. You always take it to that next level and you just compete so freely. Like, again, I talked a little bit about, when you compete floor, it's like a switch. It is the coolest thing watching you salute. And it's like, it's happening. It's go time.
It is. It's go time.
I love it. I love it. Well, I think my last question for you is, if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell her?
Oh gosh. I think what I would tell her is just that, well, one, like all the hard days and like all the sacrifices I made, because I made a lot of sacrifices. I'm a social butterfly and I love my friends and I love my time outside of gymnastics. That like they were all worth it, like missing senior prom or missing high school football games every Friday night to be at practice was like a big deal. And it was really hard for me at first, but definitely like missing those is going to be okay. And also just to not be so hard on yourself. Growing up, like I think gymnastics made me like a perfectionist still to this day, like in my everyday life, like, but like just not to be so hard on myself. And like those perfect turns are not always going to be perfect. And so just take it easy and day by day, because there's no point in beating yourself up over a bad turn or a bad day because you have so many more. So that's some advice I would give my younger self.
That is some solid advice, I must say. And I do think gymnastics tends to turn people into perfectionists, and it happens to the best of us. It's okay. But I think it is a very cool learning to balance that and learning that it's okay. You're going to be all right. That's what I have to remind myself. I'm like, this is not the end of the world. Like, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Everything's all right.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, where are you this weekend?
We are home actually in Bud Walton against Oklahoma.
Love. Oh, that's going to be an amazing meet. That is so fun. Is that your senior night?
No, our senior night
No.
is the following Friday.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I am super excited for you guys. That is going to be an electric competition just all around. Is there anything else you want to tell the people of Flipping Out?
I don't think so.
She's like, yeah, I'm good. I think I talked enough.
I don't know what else to say. Woo pig.
There we go. There we go. Woo pig. You heard it here, folks. Well, thank you so much, Lauren. You are just a true performer. I am so incredibly excited to watch you the rest of season and the rest of your NCAA career. I just wish you the best. Again, we're going to be manifesting. Don't think about the manifesting. That is my job. You do your job. I will continue manifesting and putting out in the universe, because there is no one more deserving. And I am just so incredibly excited for you and what your future holds.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That wraps up today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and please tune in every week, because we will be dropping new episodes with the amazing guests that I have lined up for you. Please make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. I am your host, Bridget Sloan. This is Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Let's make some good life choices out there, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye, guys.